Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the chaos of modern life? Or wondered how to remain calm and composed in the face of life's greatest challenges? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're peeling back the layers of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has stood the test of time, to reveal the secrets to mastering your mind and living a life of unparalleled resilience and tranquility. In this video, you'll learn how to cultivate an unshakable mindset, find clarity amidst confusion, and harness the power of Stoic principles to navigate any obstacle with grace. We're breaking down the core tenets of Stoicism and giving you practical tools to apply in your everyday life. Let's get started. Number 1. The fortress of focus. Imagine your mind as a vast, sprawling castle. At its core, there's a fortress, the fortress of focus. This fortress is your sanctuary, your stronghold, where distractions are banished, and clarity reigns supreme. But keeping this fortress intact and impregnable isn't just about throwing up walls. It's about understanding how to fortify your mental defenses with intention and practice. Alright, let's picture this. You're sitting down to work, and your phone buzzes. A notification here, a ping there. Before you know it, you're lost in a sea of memes, tweets, and cat videos. Sound familiar? We've all been there. But building your fortress of focus is about creating an environment where these distractions can't breach your walls. First, let's talk about the moat. In medieval times, castles were surrounded by a moat, a watery barrier to keep invaders at bay. For us, our moat could be setting boundaries with our devices. Turn off non-essential notifications, use apps that limit your screen time, or even put your phone in another room while you work. These small steps can create a significant barrier between you and the distractions that sap your focus. Next, think about the walls of your fortress. These aren't just any walls, they're thick, solid, and unyielding. In the realm of your mind, these walls are built from routines and habits. Establishing a routine is like laying brick after brick. Wake up at the same time, dedicate specific hours to deep work, and take breaks at regular intervals. This consistency strengthens your mental walls, making it easier to slip into a state of focus. Inside these walls, there's the keep, the heart of the fortress. This keep is where your deepest focus and creativity reside. To protect this inner sanctum, we need to practice mindfulness. This doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a few minutes of deep breathing, meditation, or even a walk in nature can work wonders. By regularly practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to return to the present moment, no matter how chaotic things get outside your fortress. But even the strongest fortress needs vigilant guards. Your guards are the intentions you set and the goals you pursue. Clear, specific goals act as a guiding star, keeping your efforts aligned and your distractions minimized. Every time you sit down to work, remind yourself of your larger purpose. Why are you doing this? What do you hope to achieve? This clarity acts as a constant guard, steering you back whenever your mind starts to wander. Another layer of defense? Simplicity. In a world obsessed with multitasking, embracing single tasking can be a game changer. It's like having a clear, straight path leading to your fortress gate, no detours, no distractions. Focus on one task at a time, and do it with all your might. When you concentrate your efforts on a single task, the quality of your work improves, and you complete it faster, leaving you more time for other things. Lastly, let's not forget the importance of rest and recovery. Even the most formidable fortress needs maintenance. Burnout is the enemy of focus. Ensure you're getting enough sleep, eating well, and taking time to relax and recharge. When you're well rested, your mind is sharper, and your fortress stands stronger. In the grand scheme of things, your fortress of focus isn't built overnight. It takes time, effort, and a lot of patience. But with each brick you lay, each moat you dig, and each guard you station, you're creating a mental environment where distractions can't thrive. You're crafting a space where your mind can operate at its best, and that, my friend, is a powerful thing. So, the next time you sit down to work, visualize your fortress. Strengthen your moat, reinforce your walls, guard your keep, and most importantly, take care of yourself. With time, you'll find that the fortress of focus isn't just a concept, it's a reality you can live every day. Number 2. Perceiving the world. Imagine, for a moment, you're an artist. Not the kind that paints or sculpts, but an artist of perception. Your canvas, the world around you. Your brush, the way you choose to see and interpret what happens. It's all about perspective, my friend. First off, let's talk about the power of perception. It's wild, really. Two people can look at the exact same situation and see it completely differently. One might see a challenge, while the other sees an opportunity. One sees a setback, while the other sees a stepping stone. It's like wearing a pair of glasses that tint everything you see. The lens of Stoicism, though, is all about clarity, seeing things as they truly are without the fog of emotions and preconceived notions. So, how do we start perceiving the world through a Stoic lens? It begins with a fundamental shift in how we process our experiences. Instead of immediately reacting to something, take a step back. Pause. Give yourself a moment to breathe and assess the situation. This tiny pause is like the artist stepping back from the canvas to get a better view. It's here, in this space, that you can start to see things more clearly. Now, let's get a bit deeper. Imagine you're watching a play. The actors on stage are performing their parts, each with their own emotions, conflicts, and resolutions. As a member of the audience, you can enjoy the play without getting swept up in the drama. You see the plot unfold, but you remain detached. Stoicism teaches us to approach life in a similar way. Be an observer of your own life. Watch the scenes play out, understand the roles and motivations, but don't get lost in the theatrics. The next part of this secret is understanding that your perception shapes your reality. It's not what happens to you, but how you interpret it that matters. This is where the real power lies. If you see every inconvenience as a disaster, your life will feel like a series of catastrophes. But if you see them as minor bumps on the road, suddenly, the journey becomes a lot smoother. This shift in perception doesn't change the world outside, but it transforms your experience of it. Ever notice how a cloudy day can make you feel gloomy? But if you shift your perception and see the clouds as a cozy blanket covering the sky, your mood changes. It's the same day, the same clouds, but your perception makes all the difference. This is what Stoics practice daily, reframing their experiences to find tranquility and wisdom in every situation. One of the coolest things about perceiving the world through a Stoic lens is the sense of control it gives you. When you realize that you can choose how to interpret events, you reclaim a sense of power. No longer are you at the mercy of external circumstances. Instead, you become the master of your inner world. You decide what everything means, and that, my friend, is incredibly liberating. Remember, this isn't about ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about seeing things clearly, without the distortion of unnecessary emotions or irrational thoughts. It's about recognizing that while you can't control what happens, you can control how you perceive and respond to it. That's the essence of Stoic perception. So, start today. Be that artist of perception. Paint your world with the colors of clarity and wisdom. Step back from the canvas, observe the play of life, and choose to see things as they are. When you do, you'll find a sense of peace and resilience that's unshakable. That's the real magic of perceiving the world through a Stoic lens. Number 3. Emotional equilibrium. Alright, let's talk about emotional equilibrium. Picture yourself as a sailor navigating the vast ocean. Some days, the sea is calm and serene, while other days, it's a tempest, with waves crashing all around you. Emotional equilibrium is your anchor in this vast, unpredictable ocean of life. It's about finding that sweet spot of balance, where you remain steady no matter what the waters throw at you. So, how do we cultivate this inner balance? Let's start with the idea of understanding emotions. Emotions are like weather patterns. Sometimes they're stormy, sometimes sunny, but they always pass. Recognizing this transient nature is the first step. When a strong emotion hits, take a deep breath and remind yourself, this too shall pass. It's like a mental mantra that helps you ride out the storm without getting swept away. Another trick is to create some distance between you and your emotions. Imagine you're an observer watching your emotions from the outside. Instead of saying, I am angry, you say, I notice that I am feeling anger. This little shift in wording helps you see emotions as temporary states, not defining characteristics. You're not your anger, sadness, or fear. You're the one experiencing these emotions, and that perspective changes everything. Now, let's talk about the power of choice. Stoics believe that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. This is where your power lies. When a wave of emotion hits, you have a choice. You can either let it toss you around or decide how you want to respond. It's like being at a fork in the road. One path leads to reaction, the other to response. Choose the latter. Responding gives you control, reacting takes it away. Another cornerstone of emotional equilibrium is acceptance. This doesn't mean resigning to fate or giving up. It's about acknowledging reality as it is, without resistance. When you accept things as they are, you free yourself from the emotional turmoil that comes from wishing things were different. It's like letting go of a heavy burden and feeling lighter instantly. Let's not forget the importance of self-reflection. Taking a few moments each day to reflect on your emotional responses can be incredibly enlightening. Ask yourself, why did I react that way? What triggered this emotion? This practice helps you understand your emotional patterns and break free from automatic responses. It's like having a map of your emotional landscape. You know where the pitfalls are and can navigate around them. Mindfulness is another key player in maintaining emotional equilibrium. Being present in the moment, fully aware of your thoughts and feelings, without judgment, helps you stay grounded. It's like anchoring yourself to the present, preventing your mind from drifting into the turbulent waters of past regrets or future anxieties. Finally, let's talk about resilience. Emotional equilibrium doesn't mean you'll never feel strong emotions. You will. Life is full of surprises, after all. But resilience is about bouncing back, returning to your center after the storm has passed. It's like the ocean returning to calm after a tempest. Building resilience means practicing all these techniques consistently until they become second nature. So, next time you find yourself in emotional turmoil, remember you have tools at your disposal. Observe your emotions, create distance, choose your response, accept reality, reflect on your experiences, practice mindfulness, and build resilience. These practices are your anchor, keeping you steady in the midst of life's unpredictable seas. Emotional equilibrium isn't about eliminating emotions but learning to dance with them gracefully. It's about finding peace amidst the chaos, strength in vulnerability, and wisdom in every experience. Embrace this Stoic secret, and you'll navigate life's ocean with a steady hand and a serene heart. Number 4. Cultivating resilience. Picture life as this winding road, full of twists, turns, and unexpected bumps. Sometimes, it feels like you're cruising along effortlessly, and other times, you're hitting potholes left and right. Resilience is your shock absorber. It's what keeps you going, even when the journey gets rough. So, how do we build this resilience, you ask? Well, it starts with embracing adversity. Sounds counterintuitive, right? But here's the thing, resilience isn't about dodging the tough times. It's about facing them head-on. Think of adversity as a kind of workout for your mind. Just like lifting weights makes your muscles stronger, dealing with challenges makes your mental fortitude tougher. First off, let's talk about mindset. Ever heard the saying, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger"? There's some truth in that. When you encounter setbacks, view them as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. It's all about flipping the script. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What can I learn from this?" This subtle shift can change everything. Now, let's get a bit deeper. Imagine you're a tree in a storm. The wind is howling, branches are breaking, but your roots? They're digging deeper into the earth, holding you steady. Your roots are your core values and principles. They ground you, keep you stable. When life's storms hit, hold tight to these roots. They give you the strength to withstand any storm without losing your way. Another key aspect is flexibility. Think of a bamboo plant. It bends with the wind but doesn't break. That's what we're aiming for here, flexibility in the face of adversity. It's about adapting to change rather than resisting it. Life is unpredictable, and the more you can go with the flow, the more resilient you become. It's like being water, taking the shape of whatever container you find yourself in, yet remaining essentially the same. Let's also touch on the power of perspective. When you're in the thick of a tough situation, it's easy to get tunnel vision, focusing only on the negative. But zooming out, looking at the bigger picture, can be incredibly liberating. Ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? 5 years from now? Chances are, it won't. This perspective can help you keep your cool and see challenges as temporary hurdles rather than permanent roadblocks. Support systems are another vital piece of the resilience puzzle. Even the strongest among us need a shoulder to lean on sometimes. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. It's like having a safety net beneath you, ready to catch you if you fall. And don't forget to be that support for others too. It's a two-way street, and building connections strengthens your resilience. Lastly, let's talk about self-care. Yes, resilience is about facing challenges, but it's also about knowing when to rest and recharge. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? Take time for yourself, do things that bring you joy, and give your mind and body the rest they need. It's like sharpening your axe before you head out to chop wood, essential for maintaining your strength in the long run. So, there you have it. Cultivating resilience isn't a one-time thing, it's a continuous practice. Embrace adversity, hold tight to your core values, stay flexible, keep a broad perspective, build strong support systems, and prioritize self-care. These practices will fortify you, making you resilient in the face of whatever life throws your way. You'll find that, over time, the bumps in the road become less daunting, and your journey becomes all the more enriching. Number 5. Discipline of desire. Alright, let's talk about the discipline of desire. This is one of those Stoic secrets that really gets to the heart of mastering your mind. Imagine your desires as wild horses. Left unchecked, they can gallop off in all directions, dragging you along for the ride. But with discipline, you can rein them in, guide them, and harness their power to take you where you truly want to go. First things first, what exactly is the discipline of desire? It's about understanding what you truly want, not just in the moment, but in the grand scheme of things. It's about aligning your desires with your values and long-term goals. This isn't about suppressing desires or pretending they don't exist. Nope. It's about discerning which desires are worth pursuing and which ones are just fleeting whims that don't serve you. Let's break it down. We all have desires that pop up out of nowhere. Maybe it's a craving for a snack, the urge to binge-watch a show, or the desire to buy something shiny and new. These immediate desires are like the wild horses I mentioned earlier. They're strong and can be very persuasive. But here's the thing, just because a desire is strong doesn't mean it's good for you. This is where discipline comes in. It's about taking a step back and asking yourself, is this desire leading me towards my goals or away from them? It's like being a wise gardener. You don't just let any plant take over your garden. You choose what to cultivate based on what you want your garden to look like in the future. Now, let's talk about how to practice this discipline. One technique is to develop a habit of pausing before you act on a desire. Just a simple pause. When a desire hits, take a moment to breathe and reflect. This pause is like a filter. It helps you separate the fleeting whims from the desires that are aligned with your true values and goals. Another important aspect is clarity. Knowing what you want in the long term makes it easier to discipline your desires in the short term. If you have a clear vision of your goals, you can use it as a compass. When a desire arises, ask yourself if it aligns with that vision. If it doesn't, it's easier to let it go. It's like having a North Star that guides your decisions. Also, consider the power of saying no. In a world that constantly bombards us with options and opportunities, learning to say no is crucial. Every time you say no to a fleeting desire, you're saying yes to something more meaningful. It's about making space for what truly matters. It's like cleaning out a cluttered closet. By removing what you don't need, you make room for what you love. It's also helpful to cultivate gratitude for what you already have. When you appreciate what you have, the constant craving for more diminishes. Gratitude is like a soothing balm for the restless mind. It helps you find contentment in the present moment, reducing the grip of desires that pull you away from your center. Remember, the discipline of desire isn't about becoming a monk or living a life devoid of pleasure. It's about finding a balance. It's about enjoying life's pleasures without becoming enslaved by them. It's about choosing desires that enhance your life and bring you closer to your goals, rather than chasing every fleeting whim. So, next time you feel a desire bubbling up, take a moment to pause. Reflect on whether it aligns with your values and long-term goals. Use your clarity and vision as a guide. Practice saying no to what doesn't serve you, and cultivate gratitude for what you have. By doing this, you're not just reining in those wild horses, you're guiding them towards a destination that truly matters to you. Number 6. Resilience through acceptance. Alright, let's talk about one of the most transformative Stoic secrets, resilience through acceptance. Picture life as this unpredictable roller coaster. There are ups, downs, twists, and turns that you never see coming. Sometimes, it feels like you're just holding on for dear life. But here's where acceptance comes into play. It's not about changing the roller coaster, it's about changing how you ride it. So, what exactly is resilience through acceptance? It's about embracing reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. When you accept things for what they are, you stop wasting energy fighting against them. It's like trying to swim upstream versus going with the flow. Acceptance doesn't mean you're okay with everything that happens. It just means you acknowledge it and decide to respond rather than react. Imagine you're caught in a sudden storm. You can't stop the rain or the thunder, but you can decide how you're going to deal with it. Acceptance is like putting on a raincoat. It doesn't stop the storm, but it helps you stay dry and move through it more comfortably. When you accept the things you can't change, you free up mental and emotional space to focus on what you can change. Now, let's break it down a bit more. One of the first steps in building resilience through acceptance is recognizing what's within your control and what isn't. The Stoics were big on this. They believed in focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and reactions, and letting go of the rest. It's like sorting through a pile of stuff and deciding to keep what's useful and discarding what's not. Another key aspect is letting go of the shoulds. You know what I mean, the things you tell yourself should or shouldn't be happening. These shoulds are often rooted in our expectations, And when reality doesn't match up, it creates frustration and stress. By letting go of these expectations and accepting things as they are, you reduce the mental friction and emotional turmoil. It's like dropping a heavy backpack you've been carrying around for no reason. Acceptance also involves embracing impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. The good times, the bad times, they all come and go. By accepting this impermanence, you build resilience. You understand that whatever you're going through, it's temporary. This perspective helps you ride out the tough times and appreciate the good ones even more. It's like watching the seasons change. Each one has its beauty and challenges, but they all pass in time. Now, let's talk about self-compassion. Accepting yourself, flaws and all, is crucial for resilience. We're often our harshest critics, but Stoic acceptance includes being kind to yourself. It's about recognizing your humanity, your mistakes, and your achievements. It's like being your own best friend, giving yourself the same understanding and support you'd offer someone you care about. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity. It's not about resigning yourself to whatever happens. Instead, it's about facing reality with a clear mind and a calm heart, then taking action from that place of clarity. It's like a sailor who adjusts their sails according to the wind rather than trying to change the wind itself. They navigate better because they work with the forces at play instead of against them. So, how do you practice acceptance? Start small. Notice when you're resisting reality, when you're stuck in traffic, when plans change unexpectedly, or when someone lets you down. Acknowledge your feelings, then gently remind yourself to accept what is. Take a deep breath and ask, what can I control in this situation? How do I want to respond? Resilience through acceptance is a game changer. It transforms how you handle life's challenges, making you stronger, calmer, and more at peace. It's not about liking everything that happens, but about finding your balance no matter what. Embrace this Stoic secret, and you'll navigate life's roller coaster with more grace and inner strength. Number 7. Emotional agility. Imagine you're a surfer riding the waves. Some days, the ocean is calm and easy to navigate, but other days, the waves are wild and unpredictable. Emotional agility is your ability to stay balanced and ride those waves smoothly, no matter how choppy they get. So, what exactly is emotional agility? It's the capacity to understand, accept, and respond to your emotions in a flexible and constructive way. Think of it as mental gymnastics. You're not just reacting to every emotion that pops up. Instead, you're assessing the situation, figuring out the best move, and then executing it with grace. It's about being nimble, adaptable, and in control. Now, let's break it down. First off, let's acknowledge that emotions are a natural part of being human. They're like the weather, sometimes sunny, sometimes stormy, but always changing. Emotional agility starts with this simple recognition. You don't have to suppress or ignore your feelings. Instead, you acknowledge them, understand their source, and decide how to respond. It's like seeing dark clouds and deciding to carry an umbrella. You're prepared, not panicked. One key aspect of emotional agility is self-awareness. It's about tuning into your emotional state and recognizing what you're feeling and why. This self-awareness acts like a compass, guiding you through your emotional landscape. When you're aware of your emotions, you can make better decisions. You can choose to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. It's like having a map in unfamiliar territory. It helps you navigate without getting lost. Next, let's talk about flexibility. Emotional agility requires you to be flexible in your thinking and behavior. Sometimes, this means letting go of rigid beliefs and being open to new perspectives. It's about adapting to the situation rather than trying to force your way through it. Imagine you're a tree bending in the wind. You don't break because you're flexible. You move with the wind, not against it. Another important element is resilience. Emotional agility isn't just about handling emotions in the moment. It's also about bouncing back from setbacks. When you face a tough situation, emotional agility helps you recover and keep moving forward. It's like getting knocked down by a wave and getting back on your surfboard. Each time you get up, you become a little stronger and more capable. Now, let's not forget the power of mindfulness. Being present in the moment helps you stay grounded. When you practice mindfulness, you're fully aware of your thoughts and feelings without being overwhelmed by them. It's like standing on the shore, watching the waves roll in and out. You observe them without being swept away. This awareness gives you the space to choose your response calmly and wisely. Emotional agility also involves self-compassion. It's about being kind to yourself, especially when you're going through a tough time. Instead of criticizing yourself for feeling a certain way, you accept your emotions with understanding and care. It's like offering yourself a comforting hug during a storm. This self-compassion helps you stay resilient and bounce back stronger. So, how do you cultivate emotional agility? Start by practicing self-awareness. Pay attention to your emotions and the triggers behind them. Reflect on your responses and think about how you can handle similar situations better in the future. Practice mindfulness to stay present and grounded. And be flexible in your thinking and behavior, adapting to new situations with an open mind. Incorporating these practices into your daily life will help you build emotional agility. You'll find that you're better equipped to handle whatever comes your way. Whether it's a minor annoyance or a major life challenge, you'll navigate it with grace and resilience. Emotional agility isn't about avoiding emotions but about embracing them, understanding them, and responding to them in a way that supports your well-being and growth. Number 8. Reflective meditation. Alright, let's get into reflective meditation, a Stoic practice that can truly transform the way you think and feel. Imagine your mind as a calm lake. On the surface, it might get ruffled by the wind and the waves, but deep down, it remains still. Reflective meditation is like diving into that deeper part of the lake, where clarity and tranquility reside. So, what is reflective meditation all about? It's essentially taking a step back to look inward. It's a time to pause, ponder, and process. You're not just sitting in silence, you're actively engaging with your thoughts, examining them, and gaining insight. It's like having a conversation with yourself, but in a way that's more intentional and focused. Let's break it down. Reflective meditation starts with finding a quiet spot where you won't be disturbed. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a comfortable place where you can sit and relax. Once you're settled, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. This helps to calm your mind and body, setting the stage for deeper reflection. Now, think about a specific aspect of your day or a particular situation that's been on your mind. Maybe it's a decision you have to make, a problem you're facing, or an emotion you're struggling with. The goal is to explore this topic from different angles. Ask yourself questions like, why do I feel this way, or what are my options here? It's like peeling back the layers of an onion, getting to the core of the matter. One of the keys to reflective meditation is being honest with yourself. This isn't about sugarcoating things or avoiding uncomfortable truths. It's about facing them head-on with curiosity and openness. Imagine you're a detective, searching for clues to understand your own mind better. This process helps you uncover insights that might not be obvious at first glance. Another important aspect is non-judgment. As you reflect, try to observe your thoughts and feelings without labeling them as good or bad. Just see them for what they are. This can be tough, especially if you're used to being critical of yourself. But remember, the goal here is understanding, not judgment. It's like looking at a painting without critiquing it, just appreciating it for what it is. Now, let's talk about the benefits. Reflective meditation can help you gain clarity and perspective. It's like cleaning the lenses of your glasses, so you see things more clearly. You might discover patterns in your thinking or behavior that you hadn't noticed before. This awareness is the first step towards making positive changes. Additionally, reflective meditation can enhance your emotional resilience. When you take the time to process your experiences, you're less likely to be overwhelmed by them. It's like organizing a cluttered room. Once everything is in its place, you feel more in control and at peace. So, how often should you practice reflective meditation? There's no hard and fast rule. Some people find it helpful to do it daily, while others might do it weekly or whenever they feel the need. The important thing is consistency. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. To wrap it up, reflective meditation is a powerful tool for self-discovery and personal growth. It's a chance to connect with your inner self, gain insights, and cultivate a sense of calm and clarity. By making it a regular part of your routine, you'll find that you're better equipped to handle life's challenges with a steady mind and an open heart. Number 9. Mastering responses to external events. Next, let's dig into mastering responses to external events. This Stoic secret is like having a superpower. Imagine going through life, and no matter what happens, you're calm, collected, and in control. Sounds amazing, right? Well, the Stoics believed it's possible. It's all about mastering your responses to what the world throws at you. First off, let's get one thing straight. You can't control everything that happens to you. Life is unpredictable. One minute everything's smooth sailing, the next, you're caught in a storm. But here's the kicker, you have complete control over how you respond. And that, my friend, makes all the difference. Think of it like this, external events are like waves in the ocean. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. It's about riding those waves with skill and grace instead of letting them toss you around. The first step in mastering your responses is understanding this fundamental truth. Your power lies in your response, not in controlling the waves. So, how do you actually master your responses? It starts with a mindset shift. When something happens, good or bad, pause for a moment. Take a breath. Instead of reacting impulsively, give yourself a second to think. This pause is like a mental reset button. It gives you a moment to choose your response consciously rather than reacting out of habit or emotion. Next, let's talk about perspective. Stoics believe that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. You could get angry and frustrated, or you could see it as an opportunity to listen to a podcast or enjoy some music. Same event, different perspective. By changing how you interpret events, you change how they affect you. Another key aspect is focusing on what you can control. You can't control other people's actions or the outcomes of certain situations, but you can control your own actions, thoughts, and attitudes. It's like being the captain of your own ship. You can't control the weather, but you can control how you navigate through it. This focus on what's within your control helps you stay grounded and reduces feelings of helplessness. Let's not forget the importance of emotional regulation. Emotions can be powerful and overwhelming, but they don't have to dictate your actions. When you feel a strong emotion, acknowledge it. Name it. Understanding what you're feeling is the first step to managing it. Then, decide how you want to respond. It's like being a thermostat rather than a thermometer. You set the temperature instead of just reacting to the heat. Another useful technique is reframing. This means looking at a situation from a different angle. Suppose you face a setback. Instead of seeing it as a failure, see it as a learning opportunity. What can you take away from this experience? How can it help you grow? Reframing helps you find the silver lining and keeps you from getting bogged down by negativity. Finally, practice gratitude. It might sound cliché, but it's powerful. When you focus on what you're grateful for, it shifts your mindset. You become more resilient and less affected by external events. It's like building a buffer that softens the impact of life's bumps and bruises. So, there you have it. Mastering your responses to external events isn't about controlling the world around you. It's about controlling the world within you. By pausing, shifting your perspective, focusing on what you can control, regulating your emotions, reframing situations, and practicing gratitude, you can navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. Imagine the peace of mind that comes with knowing that no matter what happens, you've got this. You're in control of your inner world, and that's a powerful place to be. Embrace this Stoic secret, and watch how it transforms your life. Number 10. Harnessing inner strength. Imagine for a moment that you have an unbreakable core inside you, a place of immense power and calm that you can draw from whenever you need. Sounds pretty cool, right? Well, the Stoics believe that this inner strength is something we all have. It's just a matter of tapping into it. First off, let's get real about what inner strength actually is. It's not about physical power or brute force. It's about mental resilience, emotional stability, and a sense of unwavering calm in the face of chaos. Think of it as the roots of a mighty tree. The branches may sway in the wind, but the roots hold firm, keeping the tree grounded and steady. So, how do you start harnessing this inner strength? It begins with self-awareness. Knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what your values are forms the bedrock of your inner strength. It's like having a roadmap for your life. When you're clear about your direction, it's easier to stay the course, no matter what obstacles come your way. Next, let's talk about embracing challenges. Life is full of them, big and small. Instead of seeing challenges as setbacks, view them as opportunities to grow stronger. Each challenge you face and overcome is like adding another layer of resilience to your core. It's like going to the gym, every workout makes you a bit stronger. Similarly, every challenge you face head-on builds your inner strength. Another important aspect is maintaining a positive mindset. Now, this isn't about being relentlessly cheerful or ignoring problems. It's about choosing to focus on the solutions rather than the problems. It's about seeing the glass as half full and finding the silver linings. A positive mindset acts like a shield, protecting your inner strength from the negativity that can drain it. Let's not forget the power of mindfulness. Being present in the moment helps you connect with your inner strength. When you're mindful, you're fully engaged with what you're doing, not distracted by worries about the past or future. It's like tuning into a clear signal on the radio, cutting through the static. This clarity helps you stay grounded and centered. Gratitude also plays a big role in harnessing inner strength. When you focus on what you're grateful for, it shifts your perspective and boosts your resilience. It's like adding fuel to your inner fire, keeping it burning brightly. Take a moment each day to reflect on what you're thankful for. It's a small practice, but it can have a big impact. Self-compassion is another key ingredient. Being kind to yourself, especially when you're facing difficulties, nurtures your inner strength. It's like giving yourself a warm hug during a storm. Recognize that it's okay to struggle, and treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer a friend. Lastly, connect with others. Building strong, supportive relationships enhances your inner strength. It's like having a network of roots that interlock with others, providing additional stability and support. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, and be that support for others too. So, how do you put all this into practice? Start small. Take time each day to reflect on your values and goals. Embrace challenges with a positive mindset. Practice mindfulness and gratitude. Be kind to yourself, and nurture your relationships. Over time, you'll find that your inner strength grows, and you become more resilient, more centered, and more at peace. Harnessing inner strength isn't about becoming invincible. It's about recognizing that you have a well of resilience and calm within you that you can draw from whenever you need. Embrace this Stoic secret, and watch how it transforms your life. You'll find that no matter what life throws at you, you've got the strength to handle it. Number 11. Embracing wisdom. This is a big one, my friend. Wisdom isn't just about knowing a bunch of stuff. It's about understanding life on a deeper level, seeing the bigger picture, and making choices that reflect this insight. It's like having a superpower that guides you through life's complexities with grace and clarity. So, what does it mean to embrace wisdom? Well, it starts with a mindset of curiosity. Always be eager to learn, question, and explore. The world is full of lessons waiting to be discovered, and each day brings a new opportunity to grow. Think of yourself as an eternal student, never settling for what you already know, but always seeking to expand your understanding. Next, let's talk about humility. Embracing wisdom means recognizing that you don't have all the answers, and that's okay. It's about being open to new perspectives and willing to change your mind when presented with new evidence. Imagine wisdom as a flowing river. If you're rigid and stuck, you block the flow. But if you're flexible and open, you allow the river to guide you, enriching your life with its continuous stream of insights. Another key aspect is reflection. Take time to look back on your experiences and think about what they've taught you. This isn't about dwelling on the past, but about learning from it. Reflective thinking helps you connect the dots and see patterns you might have missed in the moment. It's like having a conversation with your past self, extracting lessons and wisdom that can guide your future actions. Listening is also crucial. Truly listening to others, not just hearing them, but understanding their perspectives and experiences, enriches your own wisdom. Every person you meet has something to teach you, if you're willing to listen. It's like collecting pieces of a puzzle from everyone you encounter, gradually forming a clearer picture of life's complexities. Now, let's talk about discernment. Wisdom involves making good judgments based on your knowledge and experience. It's not just about gathering information but knowing how to apply it effectively. Think of it as having a toolbox. Each tool represents a piece of knowledge or a skill you've acquired. Discernment is knowing which tool to use in a given situation to achieve the best outcome. Embracing wisdom also means embracing uncertainty. Life is full of unknowns, and that's part of its beauty. Instead of fearing uncertainty, see it as an opportunity for growth. Be comfortable with not having all the answers and trust that you can navigate whatever comes your way with the wisdom you've cultivated. It's like sailing into uncharted waters with the confidence that you have the skills to handle whatever you encounter. Patience is another component of wisdom. Sometimes, the best course of action is to wait and see how things unfold. Rushing into decisions can lead to mistakes, but taking the time to consider your options and the potential consequences leads to better outcomes. It's like allowing a fine wine to age, understanding that some things get better with time. Finally, let's not forget the importance of sharing your wisdom. It's not just about keeping it to yourself, but about passing it on to others. When you share what you've learned, you not only help others grow, but you also reinforce your own understanding. It's like lighting a candle. Your flame doesn't diminish when you use it to light another, instead, it creates more light. So, how do you embrace wisdom in your daily life? Stay curious, remain humble, reflect on your experiences, listen to others, exercise discernment, accept uncertainty, practice patience, and share your insights. Each of these practices will help you cultivate a deeper, richer understanding of life, making you wiser with every passing day. Embracing wisdom isn't a destination, it's a lifelong journey. It's about continuously growing, learning, and evolving. It's about seeing the world through a lens of understanding and compassion. So, embark on this journey with an open heart and a curious mind, and watch as wisdom illuminates your path. Number 12. The power of adaptability. let's talk about the power of adaptability, a crucial Stoic secret for mastering your mind. Picture this: life is like a river. Sometimes it flows smoothly, other times it's turbulent. The key to navigating it successfully is adaptability, your ability to adjust to whatever comes your way. Think of adaptability as your mental flexibility. It's what helps you bend without breaking, no matter what life throws at you. So, what exactly does it mean to be adaptable? It's about rolling with the punches, embracing change, and staying resilient in the face of uncertainty. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and that's okay. Adaptability is your superpower in these moments. It's like being a tree that bends with the wind instead of snapping. You stay grounded, but you move with the breeze. First off, let's ditch the idea that change is the enemy. Change is a constant. It's happening all around us, all the time. The seasons change, technology evolves, people grow. Instead of resisting change, lean into it. See it as an opportunity rather than a threat. When you embrace change, you open yourself up to new possibilities and experiences. It's like surfing, catching the waves and riding them, instead of being knocked over. Next, let's talk about the importance of keeping an open mind. Being adaptable means being willing to adjust your perspective. Sometimes, you need to let go of old ways of thinking to make room for new ideas. It's like decluttering your mental attic. When you clear out the old stuff, you make space for fresh, innovative thoughts. This openness allows you to see solutions where others see problems. Now, adaptability also involves a certain level of detachment. It's about not getting too attached to specific outcomes. When you pin all your hopes on one outcome, any deviation can feel like a disaster. But when you stay flexible and open to different possibilities, you're less likely to be thrown off course. It's like being on a hike and discovering that the trail is blocked. Instead of panicking, you find another path and keep moving forward. Let's not forget about resilience. Adaptability and resilience go hand in hand. When you're adaptable, you're better able to bounce back from setbacks. It's like being made of rubber rather than glass. You don't shatter when you fall, you bounce back, ready to face the next challenge. This resilience is what keeps you going, even when the going gets tough. Another important aspect is being proactive. Adaptability isn't just about reacting to changes but anticipating them. It's like being a chess player, always thinking a few moves ahead. By staying alert and being prepared for different scenarios, you're better equipped to handle whatever comes your way. It's not about predicting the future but being ready for it. Mindfulness plays a big role here too. Staying present and aware helps you navigate changes more smoothly. When you're mindful, you're more attuned to the shifts happening around you. It's like being a skilled sailor, constantly adjusting the sails to match the wind. This awareness allows you to make quick, effective decisions and stay on course. So, how do you cultivate adaptability in your daily life? Start by embracing change rather than fearing it. Keep an open mind and be willing to adjust your perspective. Practice detachment from specific outcomes and build your resilience. Stay proactive and mindful, always ready to adjust your sails. Adaptability is a journey, not a destination. It's about being flexible, open, and resilient. It's about navigating life's river with skill and grace, adjusting to the currents and finding your flow. Embrace this Stoic secret, and you'll find that no matter what life throws at you, you've got the tools to handle it. You'll be like that tree in the wind, strong, grounded, and unbreakable. Number 13. Virtue of patience. Patience isn't just about waiting, it's about how you wait. Imagine standing in a long line. You can either fidget and grumble the whole time, or you can take a deep breath, look around, and find a bit of peace in the moment. Patience is choosing the latter. It's about finding calm amidst the chaos. So, what does it mean to cultivate patience? It starts with understanding that not everything happens on your timetable. Life has its own rhythm, its own pace. Sometimes things move slower than you'd like, and that's okay. Patience is recognizing this and not forcing things to happen before their time. It's like planting a seed and trusting that it will grow when it's ready. You don't dig it up every day to check on it, you water it, give it sunlight, and let nature take its course. Now, let's talk about the benefits of patience. First off, it reduces stress. When you're patient, you're not constantly fighting against reality. You're not getting worked up over things you can't control. This acceptance brings a sense of peace. It's like floating on a river, going with the flow instead of struggling against the current. You save your energy for what truly matters. Patience also leads to better decision-making. When you're not rushing, you have time to think things through. You can weigh your options, consider the consequences, and make more thoughtful choices. It's like being a chess player who thinks several moves ahead rather than just reacting to the current situation. This foresight can lead to more successful outcomes. Let's not forget the role of patience in relationships. Whether it's family, friends, or colleagues, patience helps you build stronger, more understanding connections. When you're patient with others, you give them the space to be themselves, to make mistakes, and to grow. It's like being a gardener who tends to each plant with care, knowing that each one blooms in its own time. One key aspect of cultivating patience is practicing mindfulness. Being present in the moment helps you stay calm and collected. When you focus on what's happening right now, rather than worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, you can respond more patiently. It's like watching a sunset. You're not thinking about what comes next, you're just enjoying the beauty of the moment. Another important factor is self-compassion. Be patient with yourself. Growth and change take time, and it's okay to progress at your own pace. When you're kind to yourself, it's easier to be patient with others and with the process of life. It's like learning a new skill. You wouldn't expect to master it overnight, so why expect that from yourself in other areas of life? Patience is also about trust, trusting that things will work out in their own time. This doesn't mean being passive or doing nothing. It means doing what you can and then letting go of the need to control the outcome. It's like baking a cake. You follow the recipe, put it in the oven, and then you wait. You don't keep opening the oven door to see if it's done, you trust the process. So, how do you cultivate patience in your daily life? Start small. Practice being patient in everyday situations, waiting in line, dealing with a slow internet connection, or navigating traffic. Take deep breaths and remind yourself that it's okay to wait. Embrace mindfulness and stay present. Be kind to yourself and trust the process. Patience is a virtue that can profoundly impact your life. It helps you stay calm, make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and approach life with a sense of peace and trust. Embrace this Stoic secret, and you'll find that life's challenges become a little less daunting and a lot more manageable. You'll be like that calm river, flowing smoothly no matter what obstacles lie in your path. Number 14. Embracing impermanence. Impermanence, in a nutshell, is the idea that nothing lasts forever. Everything changes, everything evolves. It's a fundamental truth that can be both comforting and challenging. Imagine your life as a river. The water is always flowing, always changing, never the same from one moment to the next. That's impermanence in action. So, what does it mean to embrace impermanence? It starts with recognizing and accepting the transient nature of everything around us. From the small, everyday moments to the big, life-changing events, nothing is permanent. And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay, it's what makes life dynamic and exciting. Embracing impermanence means letting go of the need to cling to things, people, or situations, and instead, appreciating them for what they are, right here and now. One way to start embracing impermanence is by practicing gratitude. When you acknowledge that everything is temporary, you begin to cherish the present moment more deeply. It's like savoring a delicious meal, knowing that each bite is unique and fleeting. This appreciation makes your experiences richer and more meaningful. You become more attuned to the beauty in everyday moments and less likely to take things for granted. Another aspect of embracing impermanence is learning to let go. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or being indifferent. It means accepting that change is a natural part of life and being open to it. When you let go, you free yourself from the pain of holding on to things that are meant to pass. It's like releasing a balloon into the sky. You watch it float away, knowing it's part of the journey. This mindset helps you navigate life's transitions with grace and resilience. Let's talk about the role of mindfulness. Being present in the moment helps you connect with the reality of impermanence. When you're mindful, you're fully engaged with what's happening right now, without getting lost in worries about the past or future. It's like watching a sunset. You know it's going to end, but that doesn't stop you from enjoying its beauty while it lasts. Mindfulness helps you appreciate the present moment and embrace the changes that come with it. Embracing impermanence also means finding peace in uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and that unpredictability can be stressful if you're always trying to control it. But when you accept that change is inevitable, you become more adaptable and less anxious. It's like dancing with a partner who leads you in unexpected directions. Instead of resisting, you go with the flow, enjoying the spontaneity and surprise. Another important aspect is self-compassion. Change often brings challenges and setbacks. Being kind to yourself during these times is crucial. Recognize that it's okay to feel unsettled or uncomfortable with change. Give yourself the space to process your emotions and adjust. It's like comforting a friend who's going through a tough time. You wouldn't rush them to feel better, you'd offer support and understanding. Finally, embracing impermanence can deepen your relationships. When you accept that people come and go in your life, you appreciate them more. You become more present and engaged, valuing the time you have together. It's like tending to a garden. You know each season brings different flowers, and you enjoy each one in its time. This mindset fosters deeper connections and more fulfilling relationships. So, how do you start embracing impermanence? Practice gratitude for the present moment, learn to let go of what's meant to pass, stay mindful of the here and now, find peace in uncertainty. Be kind to yourself during times of change, and cherish your relationships. By embracing impermanence, you'll discover a new sense of freedom and peace. You'll flow with life's changes, appreciating each moment for what it is, the unique, fleeting, beautiful part of your journey. Number 15. Stoic Indifference. Now, don't let the word indifference throw you off. It's not about being cold or uncaring. Instead, it's about developing a calm, unshakable mindset in the face of things you can't control. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, but inside, you're as still and serene as a quiet lake. That's the essence of Stoic indifference. So, what does this mean in practice? Well, it's about focusing your energy on what you can control and letting go of what you can't. Sounds simple, right? But it's a game changer. Think about it. How often do we stress over things that are completely out of our hands? Traffic, weather, other people's opinions, the list goes on. Stoic indifference teaches you to say, "That's out of my control, and that's okay." It's freeing, like setting down a heavy backpack you didn't even realize you were carrying. Let's break it down a bit more. The first step is recognizing what's within your control. Your actions, your thoughts, your responses, these are your domain. Everything else? Not so much. When you start to see the distinction, it's like a light bulb goes off. You stop wasting energy on things you can't change and start investing it where it really counts. Now, how do you actually develop this mindset? One powerful technique is to practice mindfulness. Being present in the moment helps you see things clearly. When you're mindful, you're not lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. You're here, now, and you can better assess what's within your control. It's like having a mental compass that always points you back to what matters. Another key aspect is acceptance. This doesn't mean passivity or resignation. It means acknowledging reality as it is. When you accept things as they are, you stop fighting against the current. You flow with it instead. It's like surfing, you don't control the waves, but you can ride them. This acceptance brings a profound sense of peace and resilience. Let's not forget perspective. Sometimes, we get so caught up in the minutiae of daily life that we lose sight of the bigger picture. Stoic indifference helps you zoom out. Ask yourself, will this matter in a week? A month? A year? Often, the things that stress us out are pretty trivial in the grand scheme of things. Gaining perspective can instantly reduce your stress and help you focus on what truly matters. Another practical tip is to develop a mantra. Something simple like, I can't control this, but I can control my response. Repeating this to yourself in stressful situations can be incredibly grounding. It's like a mental anchor that keeps you steady, no matter how rough the seas get. Stoic indifference also involves setting boundaries. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your values or drain your energy. It's not about shutting yourself off from the world, but about protecting your peace of mind. Think of it as curating your life, choosing what you let in and what you keep out. This selective approach helps you stay focused on what's important and let go of the rest. So, how do you start incorporating Stoic indifference into your life? Begin with small steps. Notice when you're getting worked up over something outside your control. Take a deep breath and remind yourself to let it go. Practice mindfulness to stay present and cultivate acceptance to flow with life's ups and downs. Use perspective to keep the big picture in mind and develop a mantra to keep you grounded. Set boundaries to protect your energy and peace. Stoic indifference isn't about being aloof or detached. It's about being centered and resilient. It's about finding calm in the chaos and focusing your energy on what you can change. Embrace this Stoic secret, and you'll discover a new level of peace and clarity. You'll become like that serene lake, calm and untroubled, no matter what storms come your way. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. We hope these 15 Stoic secrets have inspired you to take control of your mind and live a more resilient, purposeful life. Remember, mastering your mind is a daily practice, and with these principles, you're well equipped to navigate life's challenges with grace and strength. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit from these insights. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences with Stoicism in the comments below. Which secret resonated with you the most? How do you plan to apply these teachings in your daily life? Your stories and reflections enrich our community. Until next time, stay strong, stay stoic, and keep striving for a life of virtue and wisdom. See you in the next video.